TGI Friday, everybody. Hey, let's kick off the luckiest weekend of the year. What do you say? Why would we say that? Well, because obviously we are working our way towards this sun colliding with Jupiter on Tuesday of next week. Somebody, I forget who said this, I read it somewhere. Luckiest day of the year. Well, if Tuesday is the luckiest day of the year and we're moving toward it, then we're going to make this the luckiest weekend of the year. And that fits well because obviously today is Good Friday and Sunday is Easter Sunday for those of you celebrating. Hi, everybody. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. We've had quite a week this week. It's been a good one, but we're going to just wrap it up here and slide into the weekend on a high note. And this is not just grabbing at straws either, because we have a couple of sextiles today, one tomorrow, and then Sunday, Luna moves into Sagittarius. So for the 2 days ahead of Sun Jupiter, we have Luna, Sagittarius, Jupiter. Luckiest weekend of the year. Well, what about this sextile and the setup for today? First of all, speaking of the moon, it moves into Scorpio, or moved into Scorpio at 2:30 this morning Eastern Time. So that's already done. And then at 2 o'clock this afternoon, Venus sextiles Neptune. You remember on Wednesday we were talking about this related to Mercury, but here's this Venus connection with spirituality again. And I was saying, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you could really take that to a deeper spiritual, mental connection, but around spirituality. Here's the theme again. Now, this could show up both ways. The coin has two sides. So on the one side, you might be uncertain about your relationship, or you might be foggy about money decisions coming up. You could apply those key areas of Venus around confusion, illusion. Maybe you're not seeing things clearly. If you find yourself on the shadow of this, then deploy the old Uncle Thomas method of dealing with Neptune, which I'm very experienced at doing since it sits on top of my sun, is you have a sounding board. Have somebody you trust. That can be your own intuition, but if your intuition is a little off skew because of this aspect, have somebody in your life who you can bounce things off of, who understands astrology. You call them up and you say, I'm having a Neptunian foggy moment. Please help me with some clarity. And hopefully they're wise enough that you respect what they say and listen to what they're telling you. I have a few friends like that I bounce things off of when the Neptune fog is thicker. Think of being in San Francisco on a beautiful, clear, crisp day versus where you can hardly see the end of your car if you're trying to drive around, right? It's what are we dealing with? What's the weather forecast today? And you deal with those conditions. Now, for the collective, this could also indicate escapism around those areas, like just wanting to drug out. So for the collective, for the mundane, perhaps some escapism right now. You and me, we're choosing the positive side. We're choosing to go back to source. We're choosing the highest realms of Neptune, which is God itself. Does that give you chills setting up this weekend, this Jupiter-ruled weekend with that? It does me. Again, happy Easter. Saturday, then, we have Mercury sextiling Mars. Mercury in Taurus, Mars in Cancer. This one happens just shy of 7 degrees. Now, this brings a depth to everything that we've just been talking about. Why? Well, let's back up. Because Luna entered Scorpio this morning at 2:30. So we have an energy of the Scorpio depth going on from that. The moon rules Cancer, of course, so we are bringing this mix of Scorpio and Cancer itself is that deep connection with our inner self, right? Our inner home. You know what this looks like to me is that if you get up Saturday morning and you make your coffee or your tea and you get your journal out, you could have some massive journaling spill out onto the page Saturday morning. Whoa. That aspect is at 2:30 in the morning, so it will already have crescendoed. But, I mean, you could do that all the way through. In fact, you could carry that right through the weekend. Just keep your journal with you and realize there just might be some really great stuff show up for you spiritually, intuitively, impulsively from inside, or just Mercury cognitively, your thoughts. be ready to deal with them, be ready to capture them, and be ready to take some massive actions. After all, it is the luckiest weekend of the year. Then on Sunday at 8:56 in the morning, just shy of 9 o'clock, while you're still yawning and waking up and getting your motor running, Luna moves into Sagittarius, and the full-on cycle of Jupiter that will culminate on Tuesday kicks into full gear. Sunday is your day. So, for those of you celebrating the Christian holiday, Good Friday today, Sunday Easter, I could not think of a better weekend and a better sky than to celebrate the message of our divine connection, our return to that divine connection, which is all about Neptune, which sets up the whole weekend today. And I would close with the words from Colossians chapter 1. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Isn't that the picture of this weekend? God in us, and we can shine accordingly. Choose that side as we navigate through the luckiest weekend of the year. I wish you the best. Happy Easter if you're celebrating. We'll see you back on Monday. I will be back tomorrow with Ray Merriman. Have a great day.